Hello, welcome to this video for a simple but elegant wedding table centerpiece. These are something that can be made well in advance if you've got 10, 15, 20 tables to do for a wedding or a banquet or something like that. Really easy to do beforehand and ready to deliver direct to the customer on the day. There's a little bit of work at the beginning to get started for the base plate that we're going to use. I'm using these stone or ceramic, whatever they are, coasters, drinks coasters. Very simply, all I've done is drilled a hole in the centre. This one's pre-done because I needed the glue to set. So it's drill a hole in the centre, wide enough for this piece. On this occasion I'm using a piece of garden cane. With the effect that the balloons have and the negative effect on the environment, we always try to use things that can be either reusable or thrown away or composted or something like that. So the stone bases can always be reused, and so can the top piece, or they can be easily recycled. So like I say, I've drilled a hole, I've glued the garden cane into it using a very strong super glue, and then whilst that glue is setting, I've just gone around it with a little bit of hot glue gun just to hold everything in place. So with this particular glue, I've left it for about 2.5 to 3 hours before I start adding balloons onto it. I just need to know that that is going to be sturdy enough to hold the balloons. The actual creation of it is very simple. We're just going to use, it's basically 4 clusters of 5 made into 2 different sections. So today I'm using 5-inch fashion white, 5-inch Reflex Champagne, 5-inch Reflex Truffle. These are the 2 new colours that we've just got in. They're absolutely stunning. Together they look great, but once you've got that little bit of white, they just completely pop right off the design. Completely no pun intended there, but the colours are stunning once they're in with the white. So very simple construction. It's just a cluster of 5 inflated to roughly 3.5 to 4 inches for the base, and then the second cluster to about 3 inches. All I'm going to do is flatten them out together, seat them in the gaps, pull up one of the necks of the bottom row, pushing the top one down, and then, very simple, figure of 8, and I'm going to take that one with one of the necks of the top clusters, tie it off, and then just hide the necks within the middle. Easy way to hide them is to pull the necks out, just ping it, and it will sit right in the middle. Both sized exactly the same, no particular pattern to follow. So this one at the bottom contains 1 each of the truffle and the champagne with 1 champagne on top. This one has 1 truffle on the bottom and a truffle and champagne. So I'm going to go with this one on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is line up the 2 gaps and pull it through the garden cane. So we don't want to put too much pressure pushing down, because that could, towards the end of the night, if the glue heats up or you've not glued properly, it could pop everything out. So I'm going to keep it quite loose, but the top one, twist those and lock them in place, and then again with the bottom section just twist around each other, and at this point we can just give it a little push in just so that it just sits nicely around the base of the coaster. Exactly the same on the top, just pop it upside down. Again, let's bring the gaps together, pull it in to the cane. Before I do that, you could go straight. You'll notice here I have actually sanded the top of it just to lose some of the sharpness. During transit, this could still be some little sharp bits that could pop the balloons, so just the extra bit of safety, I've got a 5-inch balloon. I've just rolled the neck all the way up. I'm just going to open it up, pop it over, and then just bring the neck down a little bit whilst stretching that down. That's going to protect these balloons from any sharp pieces that are left on the garden cane. So again, I'm going to take the 2 gaps, bring them through. I'm going to twist, lock those in place, and again, my second row, lock those in, and now we can arrange them so that they sit within the gaps. And so I've got a little bit of the stick poking up here, which is absolutely fine. So long as the stick isn't over the top of the balloons, you'll be absolutely fine. That is now locked in place. And then our little balloon protector, we can just roll that up just to hide it. And then to top it, you could very simply use any printed foil. You could use the Mr. and Mrs. Large latex prints from Centrepieces. On this occasion, I've just got a plain white anagram orb. All I've done is tie a 260 around the neck, and this would allow us to bring it into the base. So all I'm going to do is take one of the sections, stretch it out, wrap around a few times like we did before, pull it out, ping it in to hide it, and again with the second one, pull it through the clusters. I'm going to go down and up and around a couple of times, pull it out, and so lock it into place. Now we can arrange everything, straighten it all up, and see where we are. Again, as a very basic package, absolutely no issue sending that out as it is. I've just got this very simple, it's a leaf garland with a wire running through it. So all I'm going to do is just fold that top over just to lose the point, and I'm going to bring it in. It's quite a long one, this. I think it's something like 18 feet long, this one, so if you can get a nice long piece of garland, that would be great. So I'm just going to go up and around a few times. And then with the remainder, I'm just going to very loosely wrap it around the garden cane. So I don't want it, well, you could do it tight, but I want a bit of air, a bit of gap between the greenery and the cane. And again, just like we did with the top piece, just going to wrap it round and trap it in a few of the balloons. Lock it in place, and then I can just arrange this one. Because of the wire, I should be able to get a nice spiral. Just to go around the garden cane. Once you're done, straighten everything up. And there we have it. Super simple, very elegant wedding table centerpiece. Another little added option you could do, you could wrap some LED wire up and around the balloons, and then wrap around the orb. You could do it with anagram clears, that would look stunning as well. But yeah, let us know what you think. How many weddings are you doing this year? What colours are you using? The truffle and the champagne are going to be stunning for weddings.